Okay, Liam, what are we doing today?
We are going to visit a stranger.
We were at the Walters Gardens event on the other day, and a woman came up to us and said, "Oh, I watch your videos," and we were chatting for a while, and then she said, "You should come by my house and see my garden," and we said, "Okay."
Dun dun dun.
So I think it's gonna be fun. She mentioned she has some unusual plants in her garden, so
We're unusual. So the plants should be interesting. The unusual plants.
So we're gonna take you along for the ride. We don't know we have no idea. We know she lives in Holland, Michigan. That's all we know.
We could end up in a gravel pit. We have no idea.
If you don't hear from us, well, I'll leave the information with somebody. How's that? report it to the Holland Police Department.
Yes, she was a very nice lady.
Very nice. We're
looking forward to visiting.
Yeah, if she didn't make a good impression, we wouldn't go. So we'll be there in a couple minutes.
Yep. Bye. Bye.
So Deb has invited us into her little secret section of her life, which is unbelievable. How do you feel about it?
Well, I feel like it's a garden that's always in transition. There's never one thing that I will say stays in that one spot, you know?
What I love about it, because it does feel like you have a lot of transitional spaces. You're like, oh, I'm killing the grass over here.
Yes,
I planted this year.
Right.
It's right next to an established plant.
Yes, that's true. And it's not something that you come in and say, boy, this is so manicured and it's perfect. And sometimes I see those types of gardens and I go from being a little envious to being like, well, why is it so perfect?
I think it's okay to have a little, well, you talk about chaos gardening. Tell me what that means.
Well, the chaos gardening, and I've learned this from my groups that I'm in, is that if there's an empty space, something's going to go in it. It's not gonna just be, oh, okay, well, I have to find a spot for, no, I found a spot. There's an empty spot and that's where it's going.
I like fall in love with the plant and figure out what you're going to do with it later.
Yeah, exactly, right. Because, you can always dig something out if it's not meant to be in that place and put it someplace else because maybe it's happier somewhere else.
Today, what's your favorite plant in the garden?
I would say probably, oh my goodness, that's a tough question. I would say the roses are my favorite. Anything that climbs is my favorite.
You were talking about your clematis.
Oh, the clematis, yeah, over there. And the fig tree. I love my fig tree. And the medlar tree is fabulous too. I love that. So this tree, this is known as a medlar tree, M-E-D-L-A-R. And it took me at least 3 years to get this tree. And there was a 1-year wait. This tree is older than time itself, just like the ginkgo tree is. And when I received it, I planted it, it was about half of this height. And over the this is its 3rd year now, and it will develop fruit. Usually fruit trees don't develop their fruit until 3 or 4 years after they've been planted. This will eventually get small fruit that resembles like a small apricot, persimmon apricot. And in October, after the first frost hits, you harvest the fruit, you lay it out on your counter for a couple of weeks and let it blet. B-L-E-T. So it goes through that process. And then once it gets really nice and soft and mushy, you can either spread it on your bread or make a jelly or jam out of it. And before the birds get it, please. But it's very robust, as you can see. Look at this upward habit.
Yeah, and it looks pretty happy in this spot.
It does.
Too. So
it is.
This isn't a full sun spot, is it?
This gets. I have some ligularia back there, which gets full sun, and you can see that it's not as large as it should be because it's struggling.
Oh, so it is a sunnier spot.
It is a sunnier spot. I used to have a dappled willow over here, but I had to keep trimming it into a ball like 3 times a week. And so I decided that's it, take it out. So we took it out and we put this in its place.
And your hostas are happy as
the
can be.
hostas, the Sum and Substance. I have the elegans.
I like the mix of grasses too. It's kind of nice to see.
I know. I like the variegations, the different shades of blue and green.
So the 2 are the Japanese, or these 3
the
actually.
sedge grasses,
yeah.
yes.
And
I've got some more sedge grasses in the back, but I really would love to just experiment with more of them, like maybe making an edge.
Thanks for talking about that, because that would be a plant that I wouldn't have been familiar with at all. There are a lot of plants that you were kind of mentioning that I just don't know, because some of the plants that you talk about aren't necessarily things you get at the garden center, or they're not at most garden centers.
Right, and sometimes like the Cuba japonica that I got that from a guy in the horticulture club, and it was growing in his garden. I noticed it, and it took a lot to get that.
he wouldn't give it up. You said you're very involved in a lot of horticultural clubs.
Right.
How do people get involved if they're like somewhere that they want to jump in?
If people start loving the art of gardening, and which I say it's an art, to me it's an art, I think that you need to just go online or go to your local like Chamber of Commerce or the City Hall and ask, and by word of mouth too, or if you see someone's garden that you just love, usually those people are involved in something, so just.
You were telling me about some of the different creators that you watch on YouTube, and there are a lot of them that maybe I haven't watched in a while, or some that I hadn't heard of. So who are just a bunch of your favorites?
Oh, you mean aside from yourself?
Aside from me, I think these people have already heard of me. So
yeah,
for
sure.
I'd love to just recommend
Monty Don. I love, and Alan Titchmarsh and Carol Klein and The Middle-Sized Garden.
Okay.
And those are all the British channels.
Okay.
And then, of course, Olga Carmody.
Where's she?
She's from the Ukraine, and she's in Connecticut.
Okay.
And then there's Linda Vader. She's in Oklahoma, zone 7A or 7B. And there is the Chicago Gardener. She does all rooftop gardening. And have you heard of her?
I met her yesterday.
Yo, she's pretty cool.
I met her in person. That was really nice.
Yeah, she's cool. And the Garden Answer, of course. And I would say, boy, there's so many. How can I even...
You talked about somebody who has an old home on 4 acres.
Kevin Lee Jacobs.
Okay.
Yeah, he's over in Valatia, New York, and he does a lot of home care things, cooking, but he's out there in his garden, and he does a lot of raised beds. And he said, you and I planted these snapdragons last year. Do you remember? Or earlier in the year when we planted this garlic, and it's like huge. His stuff is huge. I don't know what he does to it.
Magic fertilizer, right? Yeah.
Well, I use all types of fertilizers. I use fish emulsions, seaweed, some proven winners fertilizer. There are some certain fertilizers I stay away from altogether. I try to determine whether or not a plant needs more nitrogen, potassium, or phosphorus, and act accordingly. If you need blooms,
how did you learn to differentiate when they need for nitrogen?
Well, I learned this. Well, I have been gardening since 1985. I went to horticulture school. I had my master gardener from the Chicago Botanic Gardens, and you learn these things as you get, as you trial and error. A lot of things just don't happen. You just plant something and it's yay. But you use fertilizers. I don't try not to use any chemicals unless it's absolutely necessary. I'll use vinegar and water, or I had no Japanese beetles this year because I used a mixture of jalapeno peppers, and I put it in with some garlic and mixed it up, blended it up, and put it into a sprayer. Got it really nice and liquidy, and then I sprayed all my plants with that.
So a lot of people have asked me about Japanese beetle. We haven't seen it yet.
Yes. You haven't?
North.
Oh,
I'm sure it's
on
its way.
Will you get those up there?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
And I hope not, because they are vicious. But a lot of people have said, what do I do? So I need you to send me the recipe.
Okay.
I'm going to put it right on the screen.
I will do that.
that's something that people, I think, is worth trying. Did it smell though?
It's pretty stinky. Yeah, it's
Probably
stinky.
would keep the deer away
Yeah,
too.
yeah, it's stinky. Yeah.
It multi-purpose, keeps all the pests away.
Yes, it does. It actually, and I throw garlic powder, I sprinkle it and cinnamon all around the soil because it doesn't harm anything when you sprinkle it on the soil. And I haven't seen any squirrels back here lately.
Oh, so that's helping with that
I
side
know,
of it.
right?
I have kind of already been nudging her into maybe creating some videos herself. We'll see if she gets the confidence to do it. Because I think you have experience, and just talking about your experience, there's just so much value in that. People love to you'll get to know so many people. Like the people who watch the videos and comment on the videos are wonderful. And then, you get to meet some of them.
Right. Yes,
so
yes.
Don't be
Yes,
afraid. But
yes.
if you have the energy and the will,
Yes,
do it.
yes.
If you don't want to do it, I don't want to pressure you.
And
but-
I will say, when you asked about what the favorites, other favorite plants are, the lilies, which are fading away now, and daylilies lately have been very interesting. So I planted a lot of odd colored daylilies.
I think that's the key, because a lot of people just think orange. And
Oh yeah, the ditch lilies, the
Yeah.
orange and the yellow.
And once you start seeing some of the other ones,
And you know what I should have said? My favorite plants this year are all the weeds that I've allowed to grow everywhere.
she embraced weeds this year. And there's actually a couple plants that we were looking at, and she's like, I think that's a weed, but it's looking good. So, well, I'm thrilled that we got to see you. I'm glad we just went on the whim when you said, well, come on, see my garden. We said yes.
Yeah. Well, I'm surprised you guys showed up. But you know what? You must have known I had goodies, so that's why you showed up.
We didn't, but
I hope.
Liam's off camera. I guess it's true. We'll show up for food. And
Yeah, right.
Food and flowers.
Food.
Like,
Hey, I'm the same way. As you can tell.
oh, well, this has been loads of fun.
Well, thanks.
So we'll be back.
All right. Sounds good.